So I've been playing some 3U, a lot of it, and I've had a blast with it. Buying a whole ass Wii U just to play this game was definitely worth it. Sure, it is a bit outdated, however I want to talk about a certain mechanic in the game that I believe should have stayed with the franchise. This feature is downright phenomenal in terms of giving the player more of an incentive to play the game. Not just in the end game, if 3U even has one, but just in general, and that is the Moga Forecast system. The way this system works is that the Moga Chief's son gives you info on certain monsters that inhabit certain days in the Moga Woods, a free roaming area that is just like the deserted island. After beating all of the monsters in the forecast, a couple more randomized monsters can appear. It's much like the guiding lands in terms of seeing the different types of monsters to hunt before you hunt them, but that's where the parallels drift apart. Throughout the Monster Hunter series, there were these point systems that were usually based around the village and acted in some ways as an ulterior form of currency apart from Zenny. For those familiar with Rise, it's Kimura points. But unless you're really going on a spending spree buying everything that Rondine sells just to get her to notice your pathetic existence, you're not really running out of this stuff. When it comes to training requests on the Argosy and Rise, no matter what, you don't really lose any points. 3U on the other hand is drastically different. Moga points, unlike Kimura points, are extremely scarce and is used for just about anything in the game, from fishing ports to farming to doing village quests, etc. Basically, it is very easy to run out of this stuff, and the only reliable way to get more is by doing the Moga Forecast I mentioned earlier. The amount of points you get from these Moga Forecasts ranges from the difficulty of the monster. For instance, small monsters like Jaggies can drop about 30 points, however I don't think anyone would want to run around hunting Jaggies all day. The real points are from high tier large monsters like Lagiacrus. This can give you about 1,000 points per hunt, and here's why you need that. You can lose points really fast, and some may see that as a bad design choice. Getting honey and other types of resources from farming isn't seemingly infinite compared to the older titles. However, I think it is genius in terms of keeping the player, well, playing. I feel like when paying for points in 3U, it feels more organic, and like I'm actually helping the palico farming compared to just subjecting some of my buddies to permanent slave labor in Rise. Like, man, I did that. I hunted those monsters to get those points. Yay me. Like I said, it isn't also just farming. There's this dude called the Argosy Captain, which is basically Chad Rondine, that trades with you in exchange for commodities. Another thing I forgot to mention regarding the forecast system. Commodities are other items that you get after hunting in the forecast. The rarer the commodities, the rarer the types of wares you can obtain from the Argosy, like the Shakalaka mask. By the way, Capcom, where are they? For example, if you hunted a Rathalos at night, you can get yourself Rathalos ribs, which just so happens to be pretty rare. This just puts the icing on the cake in terms of incentivizing to go to the Moga Forecast. The guy literally sells things that cannot be acquired anywhere else in the game. You can also get some pretty neat cosmetic items like this weird Gigi furnishing in the room. The reason why this system isn't grindy is because getting points is pretty easy. You can just hunt 1 or 2 monsters from the Moga Woods and BAM! Points and commodities. I just straight up like this free hunting system more than any other in the series. It makes you feel like you're putting your own 2 cents into really helping the village. Only problem is that you have to hunt exclusively in multiplayer. So pretty much, I like this mechanic. It's a neat little quality of life mechanic that I hope will be brought back in either Sunbreak or Monster Hunter 6 or something. But of course, dreams can be dreams, unfortunately. Anyways, leave your comments down below on what you think the Moga Forecast system is like. And also, please like and subscribe for more of these types of Monster Hunter videos. Other than that, this is your main man, aka Sman, signing out, and I'll see you later.